like cold weather. You can make iced coffee just by leaving your cup out. Oops. Sorry.
We're still live. You're still talking on a live mic. Stop talking.
Hello. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. What are you doing? It has been a while. Holidays
Been a while.
and people at the table getting sick and oh yeah, busy.
Plague rats.
Yes, plague rats. But we're here. Hello. So, welcome to House Tilted Gaming. Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen episode
37.
37. Dang.
I remembered.
37.
Alright. So, where we last left off with our characters, let's see.
Kretz decided not to kill the party.
Wrong.
That seems like a daily, wake up, roll the die, everyone lives another day type thing.
Kretz decided not to abandon the party at the most critical clutch moment where he could save them, and instead remain in alliance with them as what he calls almost friends.
Almost friends. Okay.
Better than crew. The best crew he's ever had.
The group, having survived everything that the northern wastes have thrown at them so far, including sighting a black dragon and rescuing a bronze dragon egg, meeting a bronze dragon, handing said egg over to her, and being basically gifted a house in a little hidden town full of wanderers and scavengers. They, in meeting with the mayor of the town, who turned out to be a bronze dragon, have settled in and, well, Kretz has revealed to the group his deepest, darkest secret.
Oh, no he didn't. No, he did not.
He revealed the truth behind his ancestry and some of his secretiveness.
Ooh.
He has not revealed his deepest, darkest.
He showed us his 23andMe.
Yeah, he revealed the 23andMe. His Ancestry.com results have been splayed out on the table. And he has revealed that he is an astral elf. Crash landed on this planet and had all but given up hope of returning until they saw that portal to Shadowfell and revealed that he almost left them there, but chose to stay. And is still looking for a way home, now with renewed vigor. Some of his odd questions for Ishtonis, the Jinn, and other creatures and people suddenly make a little more sense. So, in the stress of it all, Kretz went out and promptly purchased a pipe and some fancy tobacco and...
Prior to saying anything. Because...
Oh, was it prior?
Yeah, because that dragon was being a pain in my ass and she was saying things she shouldn't be saying. Gleaming into things she shouldn't be gleaming into.
Oh! Right.
Oh, yeah.
Our bronze dragon friend was casually skimming minds.
She was
Little bit.
casually poking and prodding with questions she shouldn't have poked and prodded with.
Casually being ever so slightly rude.
Ever so slightly rude.
A little bit.
During all of the hubbub,
She asked a very important question. That made Kretz leave the table.
I don't remember exactly what she said. Where are you from, I think, or what are you really? Could you remind me?
No.
Wow.
No, because I can't remember.
I didn't write it down, unfortunately.
I can't remember the goddamn question.
I know she did ask, like, what are you really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
okay.
did at some point. She has something
It's
that
really asking about windjammers, so
spelljammers.
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 yeah, spelljammers.
Yeah. She was asking.
Oh, right, in all her long life, have she ever seen...
Yeah, and Kretz was asking, and she clued in very quickly that, like, the fact that he knew what a spelljammer was. How do you know what that is?
Right.
No one's asked him anything. No one says, how do you know what a spelljammer? That was what it was, actually. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. They've also been clued in on the location of a couple more areas of interest outside of the city, including a cavern where scouts think they've seen some dwarves hiding out, and far off in the distance where Clystron has occasionally gone to feed wild dragonelles. But outside of that, the group has two locations in particular they have talked about. The City of Lost Names and the cavern where the dwarves were sighted. So,
Do more of it.
We wanted to do the dwarfs first. I remember that. Because that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
we ended off in the session.
That is where we ended off.
Yes.
Well, I don't remember anything of the sort. Last I recall, you were all interrogating me about my whereabouts, my past, who I am, who I was, and who I've murdered.
And then
Who
we
are you?
moved on from...
How dare you?
What?
You've moved on?
oh, that's right, you even gave your real name.
I did.
Oh,
Kretz did.
Yes.
Okay.
None of you recall?
nope. I need to write that down. Wait, no. I did write it down.
Yay.
True.
What's his last name?
I forgot.
And collar.
Huh?
Miss Caller.
Huh?
Myth collar. Oh, I need to write that down better. Yes. Ew, my hand's gross right now.
I don't know.
Bonk.
You didn't even write Kretz's story down?
Wow.
I remember it.
Wow.
I mean, I remember
I was
it.
listening too deeply and forgot to write down the story, but I wrote down the name.
I tend to do that too.
Feeling a little silly.
That's why I never.
It's like that meme. You took notes?
I am not particularly great at taking notes.
We have to go to the Blue Maw Cave.
Okay.
Aw.
That's where those
Yes.
dwarves are.
Yes.
All right, then let's go.
It's evening.
Sleep.
Oh yeah. It is.
Okay, but I'm a little sleepy.
Let's go. In the morning.
Yeah, great idea.
First thing in the morning.
Right then.
What's her name again? Kenna? No,
Huh?
not Kenna.
Kenna was the Kender that
Nezra.
you rescued. Nezra.
So are we on our way out then, gang?
Yes.
Yes.
At which point I'll look to Nezra and say, well, it's been quite the evening.
I do apologize for any distress I may have caused.
Oh, I'm sure you're real sorry. That's why you were poking around upstairs.
Things don't add up and, well, these people are my sworn protection.
These
so,
people.
These people.
everyone in this town, you are new, and although you have proved yourself quite worthy, rescuing an egg and leaving it in safety, you're still new. I do apologize.
Kretz looks to the rest of the table. Just to kind of gauge your reactions.
Unsurprised. Alright.
Kender is a Kender.
Rules are rules. Rules are.
Words.
No.
You look up over his face.
Yeah.
You discern whether he's happy, sad, neutral, or
Do I discern that? I don't know. I'm looking to see what do I see?
his normal face of.
But what do his eyes say?
Do some soul searching.
Does Boba Ree make eye contact with Kretz when he looks?
Yes, but just kind of, he would kind of look and just maybe give a little teeny eyebrow raise. Like,
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
But what does it mean?
Well, thank you for the little house, then. We'll be sure to take care of it.
I have no doubt.
Well, Kadeem?
Let's make our way to. Let's make our way to rest. To bed.
Yes, let us slumber.
yes, let us. Yes.
Let us.
So I get up, take my pipe and put it back into my coat. I don't know if it's still lit or not. I just mindlessly.
Can you roll a d20 for me,
Oh,
please?
shit.
Oh.
I rolled it.
What'd you get?
Hard to say.
What'd you get?
No, 9.
Guys,
It
what's
was-
smoking?
It was still a little lit.
A little bit.
I mean, it's just embers of tobacco, right? Like, how bad could it possibly be?
Which pocket did you put it in?
Inside left breast pocket.
No.
It takes you a heartbeat, but you mindlessly stuff the pipe into your breast pocket and stand there for a second, and at first you assume that it must have still been warm, or just the lump of it against your chest is uncomfortable, and then you realize that the bowl was still somewhat hot.
Oh. I take the back of it and then just tap it on the table and watch the embers go. I go, I put the pipe back and I walk out. Just leave them on the table.
You hear a soft, like, snort laugh behind you. Desert pats out the embers. All right, so everyone's
Following Kadeem.
headed home. All right. So you spiral back down to a lower section of the city where your house is, not far from Lavender's. You hear warm laughter and people sharing meals from their homes as you walk through the town. What few people are out wave and... Are you okay? Do the egg chips not taste good after licorice?
I mean, he didn't like him in the first place, so I think that just made it worse. Ow.
It tastes like Bucky's paws.
Fritos?
Well, no. Specifically like dog. But they smell like Fritos.
Okay.
It's terrible.
See?
No.
So funny. Anyway. Alright. So. Your house is quiet and a little cool. The deep chasm that this town is carved into is a little cool at night, so the house is cool, but there's plenty of blankets and there's wood by the fireplace. And what are you doing to settle in for the night?
Starting a fire.
Okay.
I'll go back to my little corner and finish working on algorithm.
Okay.
Sitting and writing in my journal.
Read a little bit of her book and go to sleep.
Okay. Doze off reading.
Wait, I'm just only curious. So this little house that we have now,
Yeah.
does it have any like books in it? Like, or is it just like mostly empty?
It was empty.
Okay.
There are bookshelves, but it was cleaned out and has been...
No
Just
fresh
checking.
linen?
It's got sheets and blankets and towels and basics have been brought to the house, but there's no outside of base comforts. There's nothing decorative outside of some nice patchwork curtains.
So, no paper either. That's okay. Okay.
Is there a patio or a like some sort of lawn chair or something on the patio, or shotgun and shovel?
There's no patio. Let me pop open the...
Is there a hot tub in the backyard?
No, there's no backyard. The house straddles where the mosaic that is built into the ground, the pathway carved into the edges of this chasm, meet a wooden, well, wharf, for lack of better terms, and this straddles both sides. So the side with the bedrooms is on the wharf side, and the side with what used to be clearly some sort of workshop and the kitchen and whatnot are on the mosaic side, and the living room, what would have been a shop back when this was a used home / shop, was straddles the two. So this building has clearly had many uses over the years. There's, in the main open area that could have been a shop / big living room, there was soft comfy chairs in the fireplace, and there's bookshelves but no books. And the workshop has benches and places to work, but there wasn't much in the way of tools. It's a scavenger town. There's things get used and repurposed, and nothing just sits around. So.
Pick it up.
So. No seating outside. There are chairs, so if you wanted to sit outside, you could drag one with a lighter weight.
There's no patio or anything. There's no deck. There's no nothing like that.
No. You'd have to just drag a chair out by one of the doors, the front of the back door, and just...
Does the roof have your expected pitch of a roof, or is there any kind of like lower sloping part?
It's...
Like if there's gonna be, I guess there's no patio, so there's no awning. What about over the shop? Has the shop got a pitch to it?
The shop has a lower... a flatter...
Not flat, but like enough where water rolls off of it.
Yeah.
Not perfectly flat.
Yeah. The gentler slopes are above the bedrooms, which has a gentle slope this way, faces out over the chasm, and then the shop has a slope like this, and then the main hall has
bigger.
a slightly sharper. Yeah.
I need the most gentlest slope.
Okay.
What does it look like?
It's
No, like, what's the most gentlest slope?
like this. The bedroom, above the bedrooms.
Okay. What did the sky look like on the way up, back to the house?
The sky you can see is clear. You can see the stars.
Or lack thereof, from what's missing in those constellations.
Yes.
Okay. Well, without a word to anybody, I just kind of gauge the rooms. I go and I grab a chair and I walk out the door with the chair.
Okay.
And with all my might, I throw the chair onto the roof.
Okay.
Before it can land, though, hang on. Before it can land, though, I'll, I don't know if anyone's ever paid attention to when I Misty Step. I may not have properly described the spell, so I won't now, because I can't remember. But it's actually called Starlight Step. So I'm going to throw the chair up on the roof, and I'm going to Misty Step or Starlight Step to the roof, and then turn around and try and catch the chair so it doesn't slam on the roof.
Give me a dexterity check.
Sure. $15.
You do manage to catch the chair. It's a little awkward, and you not the most graceful catch you've ever made, but you manage to catch it without it slamming into you or the roof.
I'm going to find the most gentlest slope, set it down, and stare at the stars.
There's a very gentle peak.
I will put the chair on the peak.
it balances nicely, and you're able to sit and lounge back and look at the stars up through the center of this crater. All right.
I don't know who saw me. I don't know if anyone did. I didn't shut the door.
Did anyone pay any attention to Kretz leaving the house with the chair?
I was too busy finishing my little thing.
Okay.
I
Little
probably
bit.
would have glanced up from my journal, but not paid super attention.
Tammy was kind of looking, but she's not crazy interested right now.
The Kender is sitting still. What is she up to?
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Very, very suspicious.
Very suspicious. Okay. All right. So Kadim reads for a while and dozes off. How Bobarim and Thordak, how late do you work into the night?
I stay up until Timmy falls asleep.
Keep an eye on Temmie. Okay. Temmie. What doing?
So, Tammy is kind of just sitting and trying to think about, places that she could be getting, like, new, interesting things to learn about, because she realizes that she hasn't really given anything to Tony in a while. She doesn't even have, and there's no paper in the house? There's no books, but like, is there paper?
Roll me a d20.
All right. 5.
You get so distracted by the small amount of dust that you neglect to finish searching the bookshelves and forget to even look at the desk that's off in one side of the room.
Oh my god.
You don't even notice it.
No.
You get distracted by the patchwork, the different patchwork on every curtain made from, scraps of fabric and...
So, then she doesn't find anything else of interest? Except, like, that's you can physically, like, pick up or take. That isn't the dust.
When you get to the kitchen, you find there are a couple, very few smaller pots and pans. Things that are useful and going to last a long time and kind of rough around the edges. They're not super fancy, but some good iron.
Well, she's a little bored and doesn't quite want to go to bed yet, so she is taking out all of the pots and lining them up in biggest to smallest.
There's 3, so it's not difficult.
Oh, well, she's still doing it anyways.
Okay. The biggest one is a rather large stew pot. It's
How big? Like how much of Temmie is that? Cause she's like, God, how tall is she? I forgot.
3'9".
3'9". She's 3'9".
this stew pot. Because it's iron, it's heavy. She struggles to move it. It's a big cauldron, and it's like this wide and like this deep, and it's large. Something you could roast a large meal for many people in.
Something Temmie could fit in.
Apparently.
I mean, Temmie wanted to try and fold herself into it. She could probably curl up in it.
She thinks about it. She's not sure if she wants to get stuck, but she does it anyways. If she's stuck, she can definitely sleep there. That's not that bad. It's not that bad to sit to sleep if you're sitting.
So, she can definitely sit with her knees tucked up, no problem.
Everybody's gonna wonder.
Can she get out?
Yes,
Okay, just checking.
sitting with her knees tucked up, it almost reminds her of the little wooden bathtub when she was a small child that her mom would bathe her in.
Oh.
But
That was just a dog's bowl.
as such, Temmie realizes that, oh, I can sit with my knees up. You can also sit with your knees cross-legged.
That's how big it is?
And your knees are, instead of being like fully out, your knees are like this.
Still.
The thought does cross her mind that she could probably curl up like a cat in it. If she tried hard enough.
She will try.
It takes her a moment of thinking and kind of folding, but she's able to curl up cat-like
Okay.
in this large cauldron.
Okay. And I'm just gonna check again because I don't want this to come back and bite me later. Is she can still get out?
Is she what?
Can she still get out?
Can she still get out?
I started to word it wrong and then tried to correct myself.
Is she can get out?
Can she is get out? Can she isn't getting out?
Can she get out of parts? Them's various concerns.
You're thinking so hard.
Stop Scalpy's
Can you
knees.
can you
Stop
ro-
shoppers, please.
can you roll me a d20?
That one.
Oh,
So she's stuck.
Well, let the DM tell you.
She briefly, and by briefly I mean it probably takes her 2 minutes to figure out how she folded herself in before she finally unfolds a leg to pop out the other leg and has to come out feet first out of this cauldron.
Oh, I was expecting she's just stuck in there until someone helps.
It's not that small. It's just because it's a bowl shape. When she folded herself up in it, she kind of pretzeled and forgot how she got in. So, as a result, couldn't remember how to get out.
is Temmie just trying to find a way for herself to get stuck in the cauldron?
She's not trying to find a way. She is curious if she can do things and is going to try them.
And as a result, she simply got out of it in the absolutely most awkward way possible. She could have gotten out very easily, but got distracted, forgot how she folded herself in, and it just took her a little longer than it should have to figure out how to get back out.
Sounds like a Temmie thing to do.
She has decided that since she's already sat in this pot and it's gonna have to be washed before its next use, she's just going to sit there for a while longer.
So you climb back in the pot to sit there?
Yeah. And she will fall asleep there.
So, Thordak, you're busy working. Bobareem, you're trying to keep half an eye on Temmie. And while you're writing, at some point you realize that while she hasn't left the house, she's been suspiciously quiet for a while.
No. Like a child, you never want to hear silence.
Out of Temmie?
Yeah.
Good, didn't I get up and look for her.
No hesitation.
It is. It's too quiet.
It doesn't take you long to look around. You realize that that slight bit of noise that you heard from the kitchen earlier was her rearranging pots, and you find her curled up. She's sitting in the biggest cauldron, like it's a bathtub, curled up and asleep.
Ooh. Where's Sylvie?
forget. How?
I don't know, it's such an easy thing to forget for some reason.
I think she would have had Sylvie with her when she's playing around with the pots, and she would have just left Sylvie there while she figures out that she can sit in a pot. So Sylvie's kind of in the kitchen.
Sylvie tends to act a little cat-like as well. She was perched on one of the other pots waiting and ended up curling up in one of the smaller ones.
So they're both in pots.
Oh my god.
I'll go up to Temmie and just gently stroke her hair, see if she budges.
How asleep are you?
She's gonna like half wake up and then not care and fall back asleep from the pets. She's like, pets.
Then I'll go over to the little pot and that Sylvie's in, pick that up, go back over to Temmie, and poke her forehead like,
Oh, I thought you were gonna drop the pot on her for some reason.
I thought he was gonna pour Sylvie out.
Oh, with the hat. I thought he was gonna do one of those. She'll kind of wake up just like, what?
and I show her Sylvie in the pot, and I look at Temmie, and I touch Sylvie and cast banishment.
What does that mean? Wait, what?
He just banished Sylvie.
From ever coming back? Like, she can't, like, make another Sylvie?
Ask Ryan.
How does that spell even work? Oopsies.
So it says, I attempt to send one creature that I can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed a charisma saving throw or be banished. And then if it is native to the plane of existence you're on, then basically comes back. But if it's native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane.
Which would then echo from within the pot. So, question for the DM.
I need
Where does the familiar go?
charisma saving throw for Sylvie.
Oh, whatever. So I don't have the book that has pseudo dragon as a familiar, so I'm just using a plain pseudo dragon which has +0. So
Okay.
Yeah, but you have. Hang on. Look at your
Draconic familiars.
look at your stats.
she might. Oh,
Yeah, go look at your abilities, features. Should have something related to your particular pet. Doesn't she take your stats for saves?
oh, she might.
Yeah, Pact Boon.
Oh, that's just. Mm. Okay, that's just. I'm just gonna check that spell.
It'll be one of your Eldritch incantations.
Let's check.
It'll be an Eldritch incantation, not a spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which would be under features. Because you'll have that selected your Eldritch incantation. There. You didn't pick it up. So no. +10. Or +0. Straight roll. Don't look at me.
So that was an 8.
There are pseudo dragons. Pseudo dragons are native to Kryn. It is one of the 3 species dragons, dragonelles,
And pseudo dragon.
and pseudo dragons.
Okay.
And you have a familiar pseudo dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I worry.
Where did it go, DM?
Where did it go?
It popped back to wherever in the world you summoned it from to begin with.
It disappears for a minute, then,
So,
and then during that minute, I'll look at Temmie, and I'll just say, "Don't draw on me again. Your friend will return." And I'll put the pot down, and I'll walk back to the couch and fall asleep on the couch.
as
She's
he
gonna-
walks back to the couch, so a minute's not a long time. So he tells you all of this, sets the pot down, and walks away. And as he gets settled in on the couch, you're still gawping at the small pot, right?
She would have
Or trying to scramble out of the big pot.
yeah, she would
Okay.
she would have gotten up and held the small pot and just like
So, as Temmie clambers out of the big pot and picks up the little pot, and Bobareem is off getting comfortable, then Sylvie reappears. The unpleasant surprise of being teleported back and forth, and she's still in the pot, but she wasn't curled up comfy like she was before. She's arched and she hisses, and then she realizes it's you, and she
I'm sorry. She's petting Sylvie and just apologizing and
Sylvie's still clearly upset, but accepts she knows it wasn't you, so.
she's not even going back into that pot anymore. She doesn't yeah.
Well, there's bedrooms available.
Yep, she's gonna go to the bedroom and take this pot of Sylvie with her to the bedroom, and she's going to
Auto Sylvie.
go curl up in a bed and keep the pot like on the bed with her. She's gonna be like
So, there's a small pot, something big enough for, a cat-sized pseudo-dragon to curl up into. And you've got a Kender curled up around this ridiculous iron pot.
Yep.
Okay. Kretz, they're quiet enough you don't hear anything from where
Why
you are
would
in
I?
the
I'm
room.
outside staring at the
I know.
Would I wake up to like?
No, you
Okay.
you went. Did you go to your room? Yeah, no.
Okay.
The opposite side of the house.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Never again.
And Kretz, how long do you stay up? I know you need less sleep. Here, can you put those back?
Until the town quiets down enough for me to barely hear a mouse squeak.
Doesn't take terribly long. It's a fairly quiet town to begin with, so
Sure. I'm up there for a couple hours.
yeah. Okay. So
Eventually I'll make my way down.
you see the spiral of the crater, and being on one of the lower levels, you see lights kind of blink out here and there above you as you look up at the sky, and as people settle in and go to sleep, and the town quiets down for the night. Do you take the chair with you?
No,
You leave the chair up there?
of course.
Do you hop down or blink again? Misty step, astral step, star step, whatever.
Do I see anybody around?
Mm-mm.
I fly.
Okay.
But I don't fly, I like,
Just glide yourself down.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
so that I don't stomp on the roof. I don't even touch the ground. I just I don't have levitate, so
You use fly.
very
Just,
expensive way to levitate, essentially.
you'll sleep it off. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of the idea. And then I will make my way in the door.
You see Bobareem asleep on the couch. Thordak, how late do you stay up?
Not late. Probably I would have gone to sleep right before the whole incident with Overeem and Temmie.
Okay, and then where? One of the bedrooms?
Yes.
Okay. Kretz, there's still an empty bedroom, so.
Oh, it's my bedroom that's
Yeah.
empty. We claimed our rooms.
Right.
Yeah, I would have just made my way to the room. I don't even shut the door. Then I finally cancel my spell, kick, very quietly take my boots off, hang up my coat, and just make my way to bed and lay down. I don't meditate. I take a sleep.
Ooh, an actual sleep. Okay. So you each wake in the morning as the town starts coming to life. You hear Bobareem, since you slept on the couch, then you're the first one to hear a soft knock at the door.
I'll get up and answer it.
You find Kleistron there, with a pack on his back. I heard you were heading out today. Figured I'd offer my services as a guide.
All right. Did you bring breakfast?
No. I figured you'd probably go to the inn for that.
Be a darling and just go grab some and bring it. Yeah. Thank you. And I close the door.
You don't hear anything for a moment, and you hear soft after a brief pause, you hear soft footsteps walking away. Do you wake anyone else?
No.
Okay. Okay. Kleistron is probably only gone about a half an hour or so. It's not a long walk to the Salt Lick, and what he brought back, well, it's all still raw, so he brought a basket full of eggs, a fresh loaf of bread, and bacon rashers, still uncooked, knowing there was cooking pans at this house. So he comes back, knocks at the door again.
I open the door again.
He's got the basket of eggs and the loaf of bread and
Kretz awakens to the second knock, the second time around.
a plate full of still raw bacon. I figured it'd probably be best hot, so I brought it back here to cook.
Oh. You know your way to the kitchen then? In you go. And then I'll proceed to go and wake up Kadim, Thordak, Kretz, Temmie. I'll check in that order.
Temmie's gonna tattle.
Does everyone wake easily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wake, but I also stop and talk to Wolverine
The
real quick.
the first thing a Temmie does when she wakes up is checks the pot.
Here's
Sorry.
what I was working on. I gave him basically what I was working on the whole time was a pair of platinum rings. And I hand one to Wolverine and tell him, keep this on, and in any battle, just stay close.
Excellent. And I
Yes.
put it up.
And with the above the table, I created warding bond rings.
A what?
Warding bond rings.
That's interesting.
Fancy.
Cool.
Fancy.
Okay. So, as you're sitting there talking, before,
Well, when he gets to me, because he had an order, right?
right, but Boberim stopped him to talk to him first, so, you, by that point, while you two were talking, you start to hear faint noises from off in the kitchen. Sound of a fire being set up and stoked in a rickety old fireplace, and a grate being set and pans being set. So then, after he talks to Boberim, so the fire's being made, stuff's starting to be set by the time he gets to Eucreds.
Who's at the door?
Oh, food's in the kitchen.
Who brought the food? Boberim.
What was it? Kleistrom.
Kleistrom. He's in the kitchen. He's cooking for us?
And I just went, sure.
Yes?
I look at Boberim and I kind of like actually rub the sleep out of my eyes. Like, I slept. I didn't meditate. Did you put him up to this, Boberim?
I made an executive decision.
Okay, for the record, that doesn't settle his debt. He owes us more.
Oh, yes. This is.
Okay, I
this is
mean,
chipping off the stone.
no, that sounds lovely. I could go for some breakfast. What did he bring?
It looked like eggs, bacon rashers, and bread, I believe.
Fresh?
Didn't smell rotten.
I could eat. Okay. Right. Thank you. Carry on. And I begin getting dressed.
Okay. So, Temmie, you're last. Boberim, how do you wake Temmie?
Just smack her foot.
She's gonna wake up suddenly, and since he's in the room, instantly check that pot.
Traumatize the Kender.
But she doesn't really say anything. She's just checking Sylvie and then getting up and yawning and
Okay.
And just as I walk out, I go, "It'll be ready soon."
What face did she make?
Wow. Okay, so does anyone go into the kitchen after they wake?
Yeah. I'm gonna see what Klestrom's up to.
Yep.
Clyster's got
Yeah.
the fire going in the fireplace. There's a rack out for the frying pan, so it's a very traditional old-fashioned kitchen. It's the fireplace with a big hook for cauldrons to go above the fire, and then separate racks that the embers can get scooped out under and pans can go on. So he's crouched in front of the fireplace and starting to pull the starter embers out as this fireplace gets going, and he's starting with the bacon in the frying pan and
Oh, it seems you
hooks
know.
up and that's
It seems you know your way around the kitchen.
well, thankfully it's nothing terribly difficult. It's no different than
Clydesdale, right? I remember now. Good. Well, this is a fantastic way to start paying off your debt.
my debt.
Your life debt. Yes, this is day 1 of 7. Good start. Much appreciated, man.
Good thing that I'm scouting for you. Great.
I'm sorry?
I'm guiding you to where you apparently are going, the Blue Maw Cave.
Oh,
I
are you now?
yes, I will
Does
be
this
able to.
include cliff spiders, too?
Hopefully not.
Right. You're the guide.
Yes.
Stick to being the house elf around here. We'll start there. I'm sorry. Who told you you're guiding us?
Nezra did.
Oh, well, wow. You lot hear this? Nezra did.
I mean,
Up above table, I'm fully aware Nezra did.
by this point, Keating would be up in like around that area, so Keating would say, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. She's the leader of this town. Why wouldn't she tell him what to do?
Oh, that's not how it works. Township, this isn't the military. Well, he's not a government official and doesn't work for the military, nor does he work for the mayor. Do you, Clydesdale?
Clystron.
Sorry.
Oh, he's doing it on purpose.
Is he always like this?
Yeah, more or less.
The help doesn't talk to the rest of the staff. Day 1. After breakfast, we'll discuss whether you get to come with us on our adventure.
So we're just gonna try and
You
help.
don't want to guide through the more difficult terrain and, continue puttering about, taking your time. That's fine.
Are you going to train us Dragonlance to ride, or not?
Didn't realize we were going that direction.
Not today.
I haven't ridden a Dragonelle myself, but I have
Well, we have.
become friendly with them.
We've ridden Dragonelle.
Oh.
I could show you how to ride the Dragonelle once you train the Dragonelle to allow us to ride them.
But
And we can cut down your kitchen duties to 3 days, perhaps.
but
A
hope
life
you
debt
know
to
I'm-
life debt.
Terrible cook. Things like this are easy, but,
Do you see any one of us cooking in the kitchen?
you had no food to cook with.
And you're off to a good start.
Continues poking the bacon around the...
We saved your little girlfriend. We saved you twice.
And I am immensely grateful for that.
And we now have a fellowship.
I do like adventure. why I'm out and scavenge, so...
Did you bring any of those jitter beans? Or is it just tea around here?
Just tea.
Oh. There's a tea in the cabinets in here.
Oh, not here. You probably have to go to one of the shops. I don't know what you would like.
You didn't bring tea,
No.
but you brought breakfast, but no tea.
Yes.
Ooh. Is Bobarim in earshot of this?
Sure.
He looks over. Do we add a day, or do we keep it as is? How does this work? There's no tea with breakfast.
I'll like lick my finger and adding a day.
Clydesdale, oh, my man, you did great with the breakfast. That's good thinking on your feet. That's showing initiative is strong. We appreciate that. But you forgot the tea.
Well, I can't leave to go get any, and you do not have a kettle.
You didn't bring the kettle.
I didn't know. I knew there were pots and pans. I didn't expect there to be no kettle.
Oh,
Oh wait, what did they do about the big pot laying in the middle of the floor?
It's still laying in the middle of the floor. It's moved off to the side, but...
That's funny. Okay.
well, clearly, do I see this, by the way? Not knowing this scenario.
Yeah.
Do I see it? I look around. There's a pot there. Surely there's a pot you could boil water in. You don't necessarily need a kettle.
Tammy, is Sylvie still in the smallest pot?
Yeah, she's carrying Sylvia around until she decides to get up.
Are you in the kitchen?
She's probably gonna sit outside the kitchen and wait until you're out.
Would I have seen you looking back at Bobarim? Would you have been within view?
No, she'd be around the corner of like on the other side of the wall, but like next to the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fairly decent... It's not a small kitchen.
Would I have seen her?
No. The fireplace is on the far side from the door to the main part of the house. The fireplace is actually off on the far side, so that on warm days it's not blasting the main part of the house with heat if you're cooking, so.
Oh.
So.
That makes sense.
I'm just giving you a rough time. We won't add a day, but there's a life debt to be paid. And we appreciate you cooking for us.
It didn't seem as though I was given a choice, but it doesn't appear to have a small enough pot to...
Of course you had a choice. But who told you you don't have a choice?
The way your dwarven friend told me what to do and then walked away.
And did you do it?
Yes.
Then you're in agreement. Did he force you?
No.
Oh, so you're here to pay your life debt. Why else would you be here?
But he quietly takes some of the bacon and sets it on a rack and puts more of the bacon in the pan. Just
Klystrom, Klystrom, Klystrom. It is not becoming making yourself out to be the victim. You, sir, were in peril. And my friend saved you from said peril. Do you recall?
yes.
That's life debt number 1 that you owe to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
I'm out for adventure, not cooking. I don't understand how I've gotten to this.
Every adventure begins with a full belly. You may join us on the adventure. Please do not forget to bring your pots and cooking tools, as well as the rations.
How have you lot survived out in the wilderness with nothing to cook with?
We have rations, of course. And we have tools to cook with, but now you're here serving your life debt for 7 days. You volunteered, you knocked on our door, you walked in with food. Is there anybody else in this house that disagrees with this? And I increase my voice. Make sure everybody hears it.
No.
No.
Us too. Temmie?
Aren't they brothers? Of course they're going to agree with each other.
Temmie? Life debt, cook 7 days?
She's staying quiet outside the doorway, really hoping he's gonna leave the kitchen.
Temmie? What the I turn around and I look around the corner. Temmie. Do I see her? Fine.
She
Kadeem,
would have been on the other side of the like if this was the doorway, she would have been like right there. So yes, but she's
As soon as
gonna
you
stay
peek your head out,
silent,
she's right there quietly.
just staring at you.
What?
She's holding her pot still. She's like
With a pot full of pseudo dragons.
so her face is just like
Is it alive?
yes.
Okay. Fine. I'll take your vote as a yes.
No.
Kadeem.
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
No to me or no that's your vote?
No to you. I'm not in agreement. Wait. Were you saying yes as in like I vote against what you're saying?
No.
Or...
You're in agreement with the rest of the group.
No.
Kadeem.
As long as you're not trying to kill him, it's fine.
Is he only poking
He's the camp cook.
Wait, is he only poking his head in the kitchen or is he completely stood outside?
Who?
Kretz.
I've like poked around.
Okay.
Well, yeah, just cooking seems fine to me.
And there you have it.
But don't push it.
Jeez.
A life debt's a life debt, Kadeem.
Oh my.
A life debt is a life debt.
You should check your bedroom.
Why? Why?
You should check it. just above table so we're clear she didn't do anything to the room.
I'm going to go fetch the tea, Klystrom, for you to make for us. Please get the water on.
There's no pot small enough? There's just the
Cause
There's just the
it?
big one. I'm not going to make a soup cauldron full of water.
Temmie, can I borrow your pot?
She pokes Sylvie and is like, trying to nudge her up, seeing if she'll do it.
Oh, okay. Fine, just fine. Fine. Kretz storms to his room.
Great. She's going right into the kitchen, setting the pot in like an out of the way, like comfortable spot, and keeping an eye on it at all times.
Kretz
And
is
she
getting
is now
dressed.
going to like look at the room, see what's going on, and she's going to help make breakfast.
Would you mind slicing bread?
Sure. She's
Okay.
gonna slice some bread.
Do you happen to know how everyone likes their eggs?
No, cook them
Yes,
how you like them.
Yes, you do.
Does she?
You spent months with us. You wouldn't have observed that?
She might have seen how
Whether
they-
you tell him you know or not is one thing. I'm asking you above table. You wouldn't have observed. Like Temmie wouldn't have observed.
You know what? She would have observed that, but she
After
wouldn't
months?
have told them. She would have told just cook it how you like
Okay,
it.
like just make it sure. Like,
However you want to cook it.
I don't know.
What's the easiest way to cook an egg?
Well, I've got all this bacon grease. I'll just fry them.
Do that.
Great. He quietly finishes poking around, cooking the bacon.
Or wait, if you scramble all of them, you don't have to worry about breaking a yolk.
I'll be back. And I'm out the door. For the record, and we don't have to RP this, I am looking for a kettle and a bunch of tea.
Yummy.
Okay. The shop where you found the tobacco, there's several other shops in that neighborhood, and one of them does have other. It's kind of a all-in-one. They've got a little bit of used pots and pans, you know, stuff that's been scavenged. They've got food, grains, and you know, it's mostly scavenged, very little farmed food simply because of their location. But yes, you do find a shop that has a couple blends of teas.
Yeah. How much do I spend?
It's
Tea in a kettle.
tea in a kettle.
A big kettle.
5 silver.
I'll take that in my coffers. Okay. I'm down to 53 silver.
Okay.
I mean, I have all my gold. I just happen to only have 53 silver.
Okay.
Okay. 5 silver it is. I make my way back. Whatever happens, happens.
Okay. At this point, the bacon is done. He's moved on to cooking the eggs. Instead of trying to find a bowl and scramble everything, he goes ahead and just fries them up. So they're various stages of over easy to, you know, mostly cooked through.
Okay.
He just piles them on a plate and
Did he cook some for himself too, or just?
yes,
Okay. Checking.
just one he partly ate before he left his house.
All right, fair enough.
So
In the market, is there anybody selling fruit or fruit medleys or baskets of fruit that I could just literally grab on my way back?
yes, the fruit's kind of smaller than you used to, a little rangy, but there is some citrus and other fruits that can deal with the harsh climate.
I spend another 5 silver.
Okay.
However much that gets me.
Quite a bit. You've got a basket full of fruit.
And the basket.
And the basket. Okay, so. Kretz comes back with the kettle and some tea and able to put it on the nice hot fire. Fill it up with water. And the piping system for the town is impressive. So they pipe it up from the caverns below. Some of the caverns below are salt water and some are fresh. It's piped up from one of the fresh water.
Okay.
Here, I've solved your problem, Clydesdale. You know? Kettle,
Lovely. He's
tea,
in the middle of frying eggs and
and do something with this, and I put the basket on the table.
oh.
If I have to do your job one more time, I am going to add a day of servitude.
Do what? We're just cooking eggs.
Right. Camp cook. 7-day service. You're doing a good job. Only because I had to do it for you.
Yes.
Tomorrow, I shall expect you'll do the good job on your own. Thank you. I walk away.
He finishes cooking. Takes him a little bit to get all the eggs, and the bread slices are done out on a rack, and he didn't realize that he has a roll of butter as well.
Ooh.
Yes. The butter's... Well, we'll get to there. While he waits for the bread to toast on the rack, he slices up a few pieces of fruit, tosses those in a bowl. So there's wedges of fruit, and the bread is toasted. The butter is rolled up in a waxed canvas. It was meant for travel. But it's got a butter roll. He brings out a plate full of warmed bread slices and eggs cooked fried in various stages, and
I'm gonna be honest.
bacon.
Oh, sorry.
Ranging from crispy to floppy because, well, he's used to only cooking for himself, and consistency is not his strong suit.
When you're talking about butter roll, I just thought of like a stick of roll-on butter.
It's like a tube of butter that's been like twisted into a piece of waxed canvas.
Okay. So, all of the bread that Temmie cut up, she's cut them up in, hasn't really cared what shape they're in, she's just cutting them, except for a couple pieces which are cut very precisely to be perfectly even.
Okay.
Just a few pieces.
So when he brings out the plate of warmed, lightly toasted bread,
she's making sure that that she has the nice pieces set aside for herself and Clashton only.
Okay, so the plate of bread, Temmie's carrying one plate and the bowl of fruit. Her plate of bread has perfect even slices on it. The larger plate of bread is cut slightly haphazardly.
Who cares? It's bread.
So some are a little thicker, some are a little thinner, and some are thick at one end and thin at the other. But there are a couple absolutely perfect slices. Clashton sets down the eggs, the bacon, and the plate of bread. He's managed to balance the three. And then runs back in for the kettle, fishes up whatever funky mugs are in the cabinet. And they're all clearly handmade out of local clay and imperfect and...
Crater clay.
Yummy.
There's different shapes. Everyone just picks one that suits their hands best and goes with that. So you have a kettle full of hot tea. You have clean plates, clean silverware, bread, eggs, and bacon, and a bowl of fresh sliced fruits.
So, while those plates are being served up, she makes sure. So she has her perfect bread, and she's gonna quickly grab the other perfect bread and put it on Clashton's plate for him. And she's going to make sure that it's that no one else gets that bread first.
Okay.
And she's going to be she'll be like staring down Boba Reem and Kretz.
So she makes a show of taking the perfect slices of bread and distributing them.
Yes.
Okay.
And she still has Sylvie in the pot. Sylvie's in her lap right now.
In the pot.
Unless Sylvie has gotten up, but she's going to let Sylvie do what she wants. Because she is the one that got teleported away for a minute.
Sylvie has decided that being closer to the food and wrapped around your shoulders is a much better idea.
Then the pot has been discarded somewhere in the kitchen.
Somewhere.
The pot has been set down haphazardly in the middle of the floor so that anyone coming into the kitchen and around the island, if they're not paying attention, going past the corner of the workspace, they're gonna trip on it.
Question. Could you get that pot for me, please?
Which pot?
The one on the floor there that we keep passing by.
He brought the food out to...
Oh, he didn't say it.
No, he wasn't paying attention to what Temmie was doing outside of, because he was balancing plates, and she followed him. So,
I mean, it's not like this wouldn't be out of view, right? We would see. Temmie would have.
it's out of view. So you'd have to
Temmie
go.
would have put the pot out of view while we're all sitting there.
The pot is in the kitchen still.
We're not in the kitchen.
No.
That's my confusion. Sorry.
Okay. No, he brought the food out to the living room where
Got
everyone's
it.
sitting
Never
around
mind.
chairs and tables.
I
the
didn't
table.
say anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I can see the confusion.
So can I.
So yeah. Food?
Well done,
you.
Flestrom.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't sure how everyone liked everything, so
Cooked.
it's cooked.
The eggs are cooked.
Yes.
Yes, they're not good raw.
No.
That's how you get sick.
Some of them are runny and some of them are not, so
So did you say you cooked them?
yes.
Runny eggs are not cooked.
No, the yolks, the middle.
Oh, the yolks are runny.
Yes.
You don't cook your eggs all the way through, do you?
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're speaking.
Oh, I was just... you can't do that to an egg.
Depends.
Unless it's hard-boiled. Or scrambled. Those are the exceptions.
As long as Flestrom got it right, I don't care.
No, they're cooked. No one's going to get sick. I just
Good job. All right, so tell us about our expedition.
yes. So the
While we eat, of course. We're going to go to the table or wherever the food is.
he's nibbling on toast and a bit of bacon and some fruit while you all eat properly. We are headed south. There's a series of twisting chasms that there's a cave. I've not explored it. I usually, if I'm going to be headed off, I'm going to head over to the Dragonlance Spire.
What?
I don't... Well, Dragonlance Spire is to the west. We are going due south. But the Blue Maw Cave, I've heard, it is full of giant blue crystals. It's quite lovely.
Right, and you're taking us all the way to the cave.
Yes,
Oh, good.
yes. I know where it is. I'll be able to guide you. I have reliable information from the other, scavengers.
Well, I believed you the first time, but now I don't.
You will see.
You keep trying to sell it.
I'm telling you what I know.
And I'm telling you I believed you the first time. I'm just making sure you could get us there all the way.
Yes. So, there are dwarves that
We're
one...
supposed to meet with, yes.
Yes, the
family.
other scavengers saw them, but have not been able to make contact. And
Why not?
well, they seem to be hiding, and our scavengers, our group was headed back. So
They couldn't stop and say hello
they had fresh meat they were bringing back. So no,
and didn't want to share.
they had to come back. I don't know the circumstances. I just know that they saw a couple dwarves, and they seemed to be hiding, and they were on their way back. So they finished coming back and let Nezra know, and wanted to know what Nezra wanted to do.
I see.
Nezra wants to make contact, so
No, Nezra wants us to make contact.
she would like someone to make contact, and
That would be us.
that would be lovely.
Yes. And you're just taking us to the cave.
Yes, I'm your guide.
Right. And we're protecting you.
You've seen how bad of a shot I am, so yes.
I've seen how bad at everything you are except for cooking.
Yes, well.
Klystrom, Klystrom, Klystrom. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
What did Klystrom ever do?
What didn't Klystrom do is the question you should be asking, and there's quite a bit on that list.
Like?
Well, Klystrom gave me quite a startle, middle of the night.
The where is the bag of holding?
On, I was, now I guess, yeah,
Which one of you has the Fargab?
oh,
I do.
yeah, Thordak. for
Where's
sure.
your bag of holding? And does any sound escape the bag of holding?
No.
No?
If it's closed,
Yeah. Okay.
it's a portal.
Yeah.
Do you leave it open or closed?
I leave it fairly open, not like sealed shut.
Okay. Well, since it's open enough, while you are eating, where's the bag? Is it in your room?
On my hip.
Oh, it's on you.
Oh shit.
At some point in a lull in the conversation, you hear a faint bit of static.
Feeling alright there, Thordak?
What?
You're,
I look down.
You hear a faint.
What's that noise?
you know, honestly, I don't think I've ever heard a dwarf pass wind.
I just ate the bacon right now. It hasn't gone through yet.
Some people have sensitive tummies.
I
does he have a sensitive tum tum?
I don't think that's what cutting the cheese is sounding like.
I
Just
go
say fart.
look over to listen for that sound and see where it's coming from, and pat the bag of holding. I close it shut.
As you hear the faint, and as you close the flap all the way shut, it cuts off as soon as the flap closes.
I look down and I open it again. Huh. I open it wider and reach in and pull out the far gap.
As you pull out the Fargab, you hear the static emanating
What's
from
that
the
thing?
machine.
What's that thing do again?
It
It's like a walkie-talkie.
No, above table I know.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's to communicate, I think.
from
Like-
faraway places.
Like a sending sound.
Yes, but further.
Further than a sending sound.
That's what they said.
Well, how did I? We'll put make it do the thing. Oh,
I
the
put it
tinker.
on like a backpack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put it on. And is there like a receiver or a
As
like a
as
local telephone?
as you put it on the machine, the speakers, instead of emitting static, it comes into clarity, and you hear Tatina Rookeldust's voice from the other end. Scouting party?
Hello?
Oh, you're there! I've been calling you for days.
Days.
Well, clearly you've been out of the, what did we determine, 18 miles?
Oh.
We must have finally gotten close enough.
Where are you?
Well, exactly where we are. It's kind of a, well, we were in kind of a maze of chasms, and, well, we got hit with a high wash. We lost a couple people, but, we're just south of that now.
Ask who that is. Who is that?
I just look at Chris and say, Tatina.
The gnome?
Yes,
Yes.
the one who gave us the party cap.
All right.
Yeah, she was the one who.
First
You're
person.
near the
Yes,
wash.
no, it's all coming back. It's only been 2 months between sessions. So sorry.
Making fourth wall here.
So,
Who were you with, Tatina?
who? Oh, you asked that. Yes.
Darrett and the rest of the army?
Fuck.
Dang.
I don't hold that back. I don't know if that got through.
Unless he was pushing the button? No.
This is the.
Were you still holding?
Do you-
Okay.
oh, you're not just holding it down.
Push it down if I'm talking.
Wait.
Oh wait! Don't talk. Shh, wait. Crap.
Is south where the camp is?
Wait, are they south of here?
Is south where the camp is?
They're southeast.
But is south where the?
Yes. Well,
is.
no, not what the camp is. South is where we have to go to the mod. The camp is north. We're south of the dragon.
Okay.
You're talking about the black dragon? We're south of that. They're north. The
black dragon is to the northeast.
northeast.
The army is to the south of you, and the Blue Maw Cave is further south than that.
Okay, I was worried that they were like gonna run into the dragon.
Classroom, does any of that sound
If you bring
familiar?
some people though.
Chasms, south, washes.
Well, there's the Eastern Maze directly east of us, and if they made it to the south end of that, they may not be too terribly far out of the way headed to Blue Maw Cave.
Ask them what their direction is. Ask them where they're going.
Where are you headed, Tatina?
Well, our scouts have found an easier route. If we go slightly more east and then north, we think there's some ridges nearby that we're going to be crossing a single small chasm and then pass through some ridges.
About. Wait, should we even?
Should we intercept them? Should we stop them? I don't want them here. I don't want
Well,
them here.
I don't
They
want
shouldn't be
Yeah, we don't want them here.
But I don't want them dead if they end up going to the camp. That's just wrong.
They can meet us at the caves.
That's your military. That's literally your military that you joined.
Well, what if I have
Can we just tell
Nezra
them to meet us at the caves?
send out some scouts?
We don't want them here.
Right. But if they don't bring them here,
They're not dangerous. I just really want to not let people know of this location.
and I appreciate that.
They're
Oh,
not like us.
But if
There are more mouths to feed.
Nezra sends out scouts to guide them to where they need to be, we could probably get them there faster. I can't imagine moving an army is very fast.
Damn it.
Sounds like a good idea.
And that way we can keep them away from the town and not give away our location.
Right. Well, they're not daft enough to interrogate your scouts. They'll accept the help. Okay.
I'll be right back. And with the piece of bread still in his mouth, Clystron bolts out the door.
For the record, I'm only going to see how long he lasts. He doesn't actually owe a life debt.
You hear a bit of noise coming from the Fargab, and do you know? Darrett wants to know if you know your location. He'd appreciate if you help scout.
What do I tell her?
What are they looking for? Where are they supposed to be going?
What is the group looking for?
Aren't we supposed to be headed towards the City of Lost Names, like you said?
Shit. What direction was that? We were told. I know we were told.
From where you are now, north.
I'm gonna go there,
No, nope, nope, nope. This goes one of two ways. Nope. If we think the amount of bad is there that we think is there, then they're going to die. So we either use that to our advantage or we let them die. They're going to die. We can't save them. But they can at least serve as a distraction for us to get a job accomplished, whatever that may be. We don't know what that job is until we get there.
Yes.
I vote that we go in together at the very least. We'll be able to increase our chances of success with the distraction. And if we're fast enough, we can eliminate whatever threat that may be there before it eliminates the army. No matter what, this is blood on our heads and hands. I'm fine with that.
I agree.
Kadeem?
I'm not fine with letting innocent people die. That's
So then you agree we should go together?
Can you let us know your location?
No.
No. We'll find you.
When should we expect you?
I didn't catch that. I caught half of it.
When should we expect you?
Make the weird fuzzy sound thingy. Just.
You're cutting out. I didn't catch that.
Hello? Scouting party? Wait, what do you call yourselves? The brass tacks? Brass tacks? Brass tacks?
Yeah. You're cutting out.
Just give me.
stop messing with them.
Give me the button. Give me the button.
I hand the button to press.
I push the button down. Hello?
Who's this now?
Can you?
Brass tacks?
Okay, give me that.
Yes, it's a.
After a moment, instead of Tatina, you hear Darrett's voice. Brass tacks. Are you...
Oh, it's
Please
Darren.
tell me you're there.
It's Darren.
Give me that.
Son of a.
No. Hello?
Oh, are you just passing us around?
God, stop it!
No.
Oh, do you keep the button down while you're doing that?
Accidentally, yes.
Sufferable some days, all of you.
If you can guide us through the wastes, I will not report this insubordination of you sneaking off.
Oh, no, he didn't. Give me that.
Whoa. I can handle this.
I hand back the little button.
If we gave you 20 gold, will you leave us alone?
Bribery? Kadeem, is that you?
That's Wolverine going, what?
You signed yourself up for the military. You signed yourself up for this operation.
Oh, give me this.
I give it to Temmie.
Oh, Jesus
No.
Christ.
Sorry, we're a little confused right now.
Kenda?
Yes?
Could you please give the Fargab back?
Give me that. I say, I take the mic of the button. You're still wearing it, right, Bodak?
Yes.
She's
So
gonna.
he's being like yanked around by the cord and shit. I'm so sorry, Thodak. I'm so sorry. I'll put an end to this. I push the button down. Derek?
Yes.
Kretz.
Hello, Kretz.
Yes, we will not guide you out of there.
So, how do we meet up and ensure everybody arrives where they're meant to be?
Wait, can you at least put in don't go to the north? I don't want them seeing the dragon and them freaking out.
No, the dragon's to the northeast. They're
Didn't
currently
they say
headed.
they were going to the northeast
No,
because
they're
they were
going
saying
north.
they're going east and then north.
Yes.
They're going west and then north.
West and north. You said east.
I'm sorry, I meant west.
West and north.
Whoops. Okay.
I got this covered. I've got it covered.
Okay.
Push the button down. We're sending you a scout from our location. You can report as much insubordination as you wish, Derek. We're okay with that. It's only going to take you about 2 to 3 weeks to get back to report it, so take your time. I let go of the mic.
How many words was that?
Oh, am I limited to 25? Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
That's fine.
I think you made it.
I can redo it. I'll push the button down and go. We're sending a scout to you. Feel free to report us. It'll only take you about 3 to 4 weeks to get back. Good luck.
I think that was 24 words.
Kadim is the only one in the military. That was directed at her. Grateful for the scout. Can they be trusted?
I hold the button down. Kadim was in the military. The scout is under our protection, along with their people. We will not give away this location.
Fair enough. Appreciate the help.
The scout will direct you to high land. Stay hidden and camouflaged. We will meet with you directly and then head north.
Understood. We'll wait for further news.
Clashroom, how many days travel?
He's still gone.
Oh, right. Fuck. Do we know how many... Okay, above table. Do we know how long it'll take for us to get down to the Blue Maw Cave? And do we know offhand, by looking at a map after their location, how far away they are and how many days travel it'll take? Because we're basically about to ask an army to sit tight for up to 5 days.
So, after a few minutes, Derek gets back.
I'm asking above
Right.
table. Sorry.
Oh, above table. Okay, so
do we know as a team above table?
So your travel speed has been slow.
But Classroom is faster, isn't it? 'Cause
It
he's-
is. It is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to be much faster.
Yeah.
So movement. So in the wastes, a normal per day has been only 12 miles. You guys have been kind of booking it as much as possible and
Sure.
have managed a whole 15 miles a day for the most part. With Klystron, if you're moving at a normal pace, you're going to be able to squeak up more like 24 miles.
Holy crap. So the question is, again, and I appreciate that information, that's helpful. How far away in miles is the Blue Maw Cave?
It's,
And do we, well, first off, before you answer that outright, do we know this? by looking at the map that we already have after being told where it's generally where it's located.
You would be able to with the map you've got and with any further information from Kleistrin, you will actually be able to figure out that it's only going to take you even moving fast paced just over a day to make it
There,
there.
so one way.
Yeah.
And we estimate that these guys are about how many days away from us?
18 miles and they only move.
I mean, that'd be one day if we travel with Kleistrom. Because you said we can travel up to 24 miles with Kleistrom in a day,
you'll
right?
be able to make it to them
in less than a day.
in less than a day.
Okay, but the Blue Maw Cave is a day and a half with Kleistrom.
Yes.
So however much time we spend there, whatever we do, bring everybody back. If we don't run into any issues, and then we bring them back to our current location, and then still have to head back out, that's 4 or 5 days, like I thought.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask them to sit tight for up to a week. They're going to want to keep moving forward, but they move slow.
They move very slow.
How slow?
Currently 9 miles a day. With the scouts, they be able to manage 12.
And once they get the scouts, we're going to have to play catch up, and they may potentially make it to the City of Lost Names.
It's going to take them.
Well, you can't answer that, right?
No.
So the question, so we don't know that. We don't know if we're going to get to the town or not. Okay.
Yeah.
And we want the scouts to take him to the City of Lost. Do the scouts even know how to get there?
Nezra will be able to give them directions to get up that way. They don't normally head north.
Okay, I'm going to press the button.
Okay.
Darrett, Kretz here.
Go, Kretz.
Go where?
Kretzy means like.
I hear you.
Is that a military thing?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, no, I'm...
It's a radio thing. It's like,
Yeah,
like
I
talkies.
know.
Well, no, I'm telling her because she.
It was
I
in
know
the
I-
moment. Yeah.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, you missed it. It's okay. All right, so I pushed the button down. Oh, sorry. Right. Stand by for further instructions. We are getting you better directions.
Grateful. We'll keep listening.
So to the group, right? We already know it's going to take us probably maybe 2 days or so. Hopefully less with Kleistrom's help. According to what Nezra was mentioning before, I believe we'll be able to find the Blue Maw Cave. It's up to you, brothers, and well, it's up to everybody, but we either meet with the military now and send them up north, or we have them continuing north. We head to the Blue Maw Cave and then catch up to them from the cave. We don't come back here. But then we lose Kleistrom. Either way, we don't want them to get to the city without us. But we also know that they're going to travel really slowly. We've been out here for a month, almost. And they're just now getting to where they are.
Well, I say we go to the cave and then meet them up there.
Outside of the City of Lost Names, right?
Yes.
My only concern is if the army is up there, the Red Army, that they're going to have scouts and lookouts. Especially those on Dragonlance. Spotting an army wouldn't be hard. Not from the air.
True.
What if we had them post 5 to 8 miles south of the City of Lost Names, at least in that region? That should be a big enough gap Well, scouts won't be out there that far, right? Do you know
Well,
how?
they should be scouting anyway, right?
Well, they'd be scouting by air, but it's less of a chance of any of their soldiers on foot, right? That's kind of the idea. Kadim?
I think since I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of the Red Army, there would be on air and on foot. And I feel like 7 to 8 miles, they'd still be around that area because, well, flying is fast, as we've seen with Dragonlance. So, well, you said the blue, like,
The
Cave.
cave.
the cave.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's near the city of Lost Names?
No,
No,
it's
honey.
south of us.
It's south.
Oh,
We're here.
so it's farther away from this
We're here.
city of Lost Names.
Cave is here. They're here. They're going to the City of Lost Names. We're going to go to the mall. Sorry, to the cave. Back here. And then back to meet them outside of the City of Lost Names.
I'd say have them meet up at the cave. I don't trust being.
They move slow, though. So we move 24 miles a day. They move 9 miles a day. The up to 9 with a scout. Right?
With the scout, they'll manage 12.
With the scout, they'll manage 12. So we move twice as fast as them. Bottom line.
Right.
Right? So if it takes them 1 day to cross here, it takes us half a day to cross here, which means in 1 day, if they're making this move and we start down here, we'll catch up to them in 1 day. If we're twice as far away. So the point is that we move twice as fast as them.
Okay.
And so we need to use that to our advantage to time this right. We can't have them sit idle, because if we move with them, we move really, really slow, and it'll take us that much more time. It'll take us an extra 1.5 to 2 days just to get to the city.
Right. Okay.
But we can get a lot more done and keep them moving. I just don't think we should move a military force close to the City of Lost Names in case the Red Army is there, because then they would die. We would be sacrificing them for nothing. They may be able to fight normally, but we have abilities they don't. That's my concern, is that basically, like, we want to go in there and make sure that we help them fight. And if it's a big enough army that would have taken us out with our abilities, at least we now have backup.
While you're discussing where everybody should meet up and what you think the plan should be, you hear a clatter outside the door as Clystron flings the door back open and comes panting back inside. Let Nezra know. She agrees with the scouts. We'll keep them away from the town, but still be able to guide them to help.
Can the scouts guide them to the City of Lost Names, or at least outside of the City of Lost Names?
Yes.
Let's say about 15 miles outside.
Well, let's see. And he comes over, fishes through his bag, and pulls out a piece of hide that a map of the region has been carefully carved into. Inked and carved into. And he points out an area labeled High Hunt. Okay, we are here now. They said, and he points to a maze of chasms directly east. Here's the eastern maze. They said they're south. What the information they gave sounds like they're just south of this, in the south end of the eastern maze. So that puts them around here. And he points to a small area. We're headed, and he points to another area labeled Wormgut, further south. That's where we're headed. We should be able to drop the scouts off with that army of yours on our way without having to go out of the way. Now, the City of Lost Names, Nezra said it's somewhere up, and he points to an area much further north labeled Giant's Spine.
How many days from where they are
From where they are?
They don't move fast, they're an army. Figure they probably move half the pace that we do.
They're probably moving 5 or 6 days.
They need to move now. We can make it down to the caves and still meet up with them before they make it to the city. No?
Should.
Okay. Send your scouts. Send them north.
We can always...
No, when you come back, we leave.
Alright.
We have rations. We have rations in our bags.
Alright.
Seriously, bring the pots and pans. You're the cook, but you're guiding us. Let's go. Move. Send your people out.
Alright.
You're hired. You're on the team. Good job. Go.
He runs off again with a deep sigh.
Button still in hand. Darrett, go.
What do you have for us?
We're sending you scouts and a guide. They will take you to the city of lost names.
I take it you will meet up with us?
In 4 days.
Understood. Thank you. Oh, do keep an ear on the Fargab?
Damn it. No. We'll put it on in 3 days.
I'll have
Alright.
I'll have it on if you guys won't.
Yes, but if we wear it where we're going, we're not a big army. Discretion is our ally. This thing makes noise, but it doesn't make noise in that bag. We're only going to need it when we need to communicate with them. If they randomly communicate with us, it could give away our position if we have to hide, let's say, from a dragon.
The message emits from the speakers of the device and can be heard up to 10 feet away. If no creature is wearing the Fargab, the speakers make static noises instead.
We don't know that it's 10 feet away, right?
Right. I'm just... no, I don't think you would.
Makes noise.
We just
You
know
just-
we just know it makes noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to wear it, Kadeem, I just really think that it would just put all of us on edge. You can.
No, I understand.
Anyone else?
Oh,
I'm too busy eating.
Yeah.
Just barely.
But remember, are you taking any of this in?
Yes. But I'm hungry.
Darrett, where we're going is dangerous. Fargab makes loud noises. We need discretion.
Oh, okay, I'll let Derek know.
Darrett, you're coming in squeaky.
No, this is Tatina. It's my device, I wear it.
Oh. Tatina, go. Am I doing this right?
Well, I don't know what else you need to know. We're, packed up.
So, saying
And I think Derek said something about headed, north? You're sending scouts?
scouts heading to you in a day's time. They'll take you north. We will meet in 4 days.
Oh, great to know.
We're putting away the fog gab. We'll put it back on in 3 days.
Oh, okay.
I hand the button back to Thodak.
I take it off and put it in the bag.
After a couple minutes, Derek comes scrambling back and... Okay. Nezra notified. Scouts are being sent out. I told them where to look.
You said Derek.
I mean, Clystron. I'm sorry.
I've gotten them confused before.
Yeah. Same. We're gonna end.
Yeah. So, scouts are being sent out. They'll meet up with your army and help get them to where they need to be.
Perfect.
Okay, understood.
Whew. Well, I better go grab my things. I'll be ready in 5 minutes.
All right. Derek grabs any empty plates and whatnot and takes them in and cleans them quickly and grabs his bag and is ready to go as quickly as possible.
I come over after a few minutes to the kitchen and I grab, and as I hang on. Okay, step around the pot, and then set my bag of holding, which is a backpack basically. Set my bag of holding on the table, open it, grab the pot on the ground, put it in the bag, grab the kettle, empty the water, put it in the bag.
Okay.
Grab the fruit, put it in the bag.
Okay.
It's a basket. And then I go and I put in the big pot into the bag.
So the cat-sized pot, the tummy-sized pot, and then the
Yes.
kettle.
Isn't
the kettle.
fruit technically like alive?
No, things. The only.
Well, I will tell you this. It's better that it doesn't have oxygen.
Yeah, an anaerobic environment is actually better for storing the fruit.
Yeah, all that food will last almost forever because there's no way to rot because there's no oxygen. It's just in stasis. But if a living thing that requires oxygen is trapped in your bag of holding, after 10 minutes, it dies because it can't breathe. It suffocates. But it also never rot. So you'll have a perfectly preserved thing,
Disgusting.
in theory.
Until you pull it out.
Anytime anyone says perfectly preserved, I think of the perfectly preserved cheesecake.
You'll have a perfectly preserved cheesecake. Yes.
I can never hear anything else.
Okay. So, Kretz will begin just literally everything but the kitchen sink just to have packed because we
Okay.
haven't had proper cooking tools.
Okay.
We've just had rations that we've just kind of eaten. Now we do, and we have a cook. And as I'm packing these things in, I look over to Clystron. Is he paying attention? Is he like watching this happen?
Yes.
So you see I have your tools now.
Yes.
Oh, good, you're on board. Well done. And I go ahead and put the bag on over my backpack. Oh my goodness, put the bag over my back, and then I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right.
Coat on, boots on,
Everyone.
Kareem
hair
grabs,
flowing in the wind.
Kareem grabs her pike, her belt, and her backpack, and she's ready to go.
Armor.
Her armor would already be on.
Oh dang, she eats with her armor on.
Which armor?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, my dragon scale armor.
Oh, you
Ooh.
glitter girl. Okay.
Wait, wouldn't Clystron notice that?
He doesn't.
He
He
doesn't know what
accepts that
armor
you're
you're
wearing scale mail, bronze scale mail. He just assumes it would have been in this bag of holding, but he doesn't realize that it's actual scales.
Who would? It'll just look like metal.
It looks like bronze. Yeah.
It looks.
Oh.
No one understands its dragon skills.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. So
On our way out, we have to stop by, son of a bitch.
Lavenders?
Lavender's? Yeah.
For your smoke bombs?
Mm-hmm. And, yeah. Because he made us a bunch of smoke bombs. Hopefully he has them.
So,
Oh, okay.
you get everything together, cleaned up, house tidied up, closed up, and you head around the corner to Lavender's. The front door is wide open for Lavender's, propped open with one of his pots of lavender. And as you walk in, he is clearly in the middle of making a batch of something. He's got the fabric mask over his face and he's stirring a big...
As I'm walking in, I knock loudly.
He keeps stirring. Oh, yes! Welcome back! The items that you want, they're just on the shelf there.
I look over.
And there's a shelf that was previously empty that has your smoke bombs and... What was the other? Your smoke grenades and there was something else.
Alchemist fire.
Your alchemist fire. In little mismatched bottles. Well, they make do with what they've got, so...
Can I tell what's what?
Yes. The smoke grenades are in clearly handmade little clay pots. But the alchemist fire is in mismatched glass.
Temmie,
So they're just different shapes and sizes, but...
I have something for you. How many did I buy? 6.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I grabbed the 6 clay hand grenades, smoke grenades, and go. When you throw, do they light? Do we? Oh, do I just throw these, Lavender, or do we have to like ignite them? What do I do?
I didn't save that.
So, Temmie, you're in charge of these. When you use them, when you throw them, or when you ignite them, we're about to find out what we do. They will create a large amount of smoke. This might be good if we have to get away suddenly, or distract the enemy, or prevent them from seeing us so they can't, oh, I don't know, shoot arrows at us from afar.
Okay.
You are in charge of those. I recommend, maybe if you have some string, you tie them up on some string onto your bag or onto your belt or something, and just wear them. Or, I don't know, keep them easily accessible, because we don't want you digging for them for 5 minutes when we need them in a moment's notice.
Okay.
And then I grabbed the alchemist fire. I think I ordered 6 of those.
That sound not. I think it was less, but.
I never wrote it down.
Uh-oh.
Did anyone else write it down for him?
I think he have
Of what? I missed that. Sorry. I just did
3
not-
alchemist fire.
I thought it was a decent amount.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
No, I'm pretty sure
remember.
it was like 6 and 6. At least I thought.
That would make sense.
It was whatever he could make, but I gave him all of my gems.
It
are worth-
explodes. It explodes when you throw it.
Okay,
So when
you
it
just
when it
make sure-
lands and breaks it.
Yeah, so be careful with these. You don't want to land on them. But when you throw them, they explode into a giant amount of smoke.
Got it.
And then for you, Bobareem, as promised, and I hand him the however many alchemist fire, and hand him all the bottles.
Excellent.
Okay.
How many?
I don't remember. I'm checking my notes, but I didn't write it down.
Okay, well then between 3 and 6, how about this? I rolled 3.
Okay.
So you have 3.
Double checking. I had some information on. Yeah. I didn't write it down. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
All right. He continues stirring whatever's in the pot. And Thank you so much. If you have need for anything else, do let me know.
Of course. Have a good day. I'm gonna leave.
He just keeps stirring.
All right.
I looked at Klystrom. I looked at Kadim. Lead the way.
And well, I start walking out of the thingy?
Crater?
Crater, yes. I was gonna say cavern, but I knew that was wrong.
So you make your way up out of town. A few people have gotten word as to what's going on because, well, you see 3 people with backpacks and gear leaving the crater before you. So with 3 people going, it's clear that more than a handful of people in town know what's going on by now. So a few people wave as you leave. Make it up and out into the mesa that is the High Hunt. And as you look around, you finally notice that the entire mesa is littered with craters. This is just the sturdiest one that they've made their home in. You see the other 3 scouts making their way swiftly ahead of you, headed south and slightly to the east to go see if they can find your army. You start heading south. Let's see. 6, 12, 18, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Yeah, it'll take you a day and a couple hours moving as swift as possible. So, you take your day, and as you travel south, as you cross one of the washes, you do think you see a small bit of dust to the east. You assume that's probably the military. They're not far from you. You keep traveling south. Travel.
Would it be like them kicking up the dust?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah. It's not much. It's not visible from very far away. You guys are within a couple miles of each other. But you travel swiftly, and you do notice that with Klystron's expertise of the land, his knowledge, that you move a lot faster.
Okay.
You make really good distance. He's able to guide you through washes and around mesas, and you find yourself moving at a much better pace than normal. As you find yourself in the twisting area of the washes labeled Wormgut on Klystron's map, he tells you it's best to bed down for the night. It's a safe spot. You're on a little mesa in the middle of a wash. It's going to be hard for anything to get to you. You're safe, not far from the Blue Maw Cavern. Best to approach it again in the light. He pulls out some salted meat and rough vegetables.
No.
Rough vegetables that he had. What?
Put that back.
You wanted... Oh, right.
Put it back.
Okay, you wanted me to cook and...
Yes, get the fire going. So I open my bag of holding, and I pull out some of the proper meat that we took from their camp.
The dried meat, yeah.
We pulled a couple hundred pounds.
Yeah.
Even in the time that we've spent back and forth, we would not have gone through a couple hundred pounds.
Right.
The 5 of us. That would still take time. So we'll have to. I think.
Even with the amount you gave to the Dragonlance to get them to simmer the fuck down.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to talk about how much we've actually gone through. You'll have
Okay.
to tell me what we've gone through in that time frame.
We're gonna have to
But I
math
ma-
it out because you gave a few pounds to each
Yeah.
Dragonel, but
Yeah. But at any rate, so I go, no. This is still fresh.
oh
And,
yes, that's fresher dried rather than the salted.
Right. And then pull out the pot and everything else and go, here you go, make do.
Yes,
Still have some fruit too. Maybe some veggies. Let me look. I know there's veggies in there. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot
yeah.
of stuff.
So
Well,
in addition to the root vegetables that Clystron had packed, that both dried and fresh, you've got your. So he chooses to use any fresh veggies you have, plus the ones that he has, and he uses the smaller pot because it's more than enough to make a nice hearty stew for the lot of you.
You see, Clystron, it's not that we didn't get by without you. It's that we don't have to do this ourselves now.
Ah. Yes, well, he walks around, and after he gets the pot on, he darts around to different shrubs around the camp and picks off little sprigs here and there of random bushes and comes back and tosses it all in the pot.
What did you toss in there?
Herbs.
Yes. What kind of herbs?
I know this one's called sage, and I'm not sure what this one's called. And he holds a sprig out to you, and you would recognize it as thyme, and another one that you would recognize as rosemary.
somehow I knew you were gonna say that.
They survive scrubby,
Nice.
so they just kind of grow wild out here. So it's easy enough to not have to carry your own seasoning. It's they survive the landscape, and I don't know. Nezra mentioned once that a lot of the plants out here are left over from before the cataclysm from people's gardens, and they just stayed and grew wild.
Ah. No, carry on then. Thank you.
Yes. He cooks up a nice little stew, and it takes a while to get the meat tender enough to not be too terribly chewy.
Tammy wants to come in and help with that again, and she's gonna, and while they're cooking, she's gonna lean in and go, you don't have to do this, right?
I know, but I do feel like I owe it to you for the adventure.
Not really.
Well, it's fine.
But you can just say no.
Can I, though?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. The ones that seem to be in charge are serious.
He actually said you don't have to do this at all. He's just waiting to see when you'll stop. Yep.
Well, all right. He just continues stirring the soup. When he's decided it's done, he doesn't actually say anything. He serves himself up a bowl of soup, sits down, waits to see what happens.
Tammy will as well. Since she's cooking with him, so yeah.
Does anyone notice or say anything?
I'm. Oh.
Apparently, I did not notice.
I'll Yeah, I should probably roll that as
The hell am I doing? Staring at the campfire.
well. Perception?
Watching the
Yeah.
the sunset and staring off to the horizon.
14.
You notice
Okay. Once
Thordak, Bobarim.
I rolled 15.
Okay.
Well,
You're focused on tinkering with the gear on one of your mechanicals, and it kind of catches the corner of your eye that Clystron sat down to eat, but outside of that, it doesn't really register what's going on. But for Bobarim and Kadim, you see Temmie and Clystron sit down with bowls of food and not say anything.
did you just serve you and Temmie up, Clystron?
No, Temmie served herself up, and then I served myself. And food's ready.
And you're only just now announcing it.
Well, it's only just ready.
Yes, but you didn't announce that food was ready before serving up. It's pretty common to say, food's ready, and then you serve up.
what? Food's ready?
See how that works? So you cook for us, but don't alert us that food is ready.
Oh, is that part of the job description?
That's part of common decency, Clydestrom.
When you cook, it's not only polite, but common sense to...
I'm really surprised that anyone who's been out here for weeks is not aware of their surroundings. And he spoons some food into his mouth, and you see the corners of his eyes crinkle as he's trying not to.
I
would have gotten up and already gone for the food.
was the first one to notice, at least. So... when you're cooking food, you let people know that the food is ready so people can have nice bowls of food. And usually, when you're the...
Well, yes, if we were in
camp-
separate rooms, but we're all sitting here together.
No, but when you're the camp cook, you serve people up.
Oh, I've never been a camp cook before. I do apologize.
Well, that's your job. Cooking for the camp. Pay off your life debt, in which we've saved you.
Have you not seen your mother do this?
She'd call us when we were in other rooms, but
Exactly. Correct.
Other
But we
rooms,
were-
though.
small children.
Tammy,
Mother died.
is this your handiwork?
What?
I see.
What?
I'll put a stop to this. I walk over to Clystron. I get up real close to his face. And I cast light on his nose and I go, boop.
He goes kind of cross-eyed.
Yes, so tell me how you can see your surroundings now. Because you imagine having this bright light on your nose
That is
in the dark.
terribly. What? Why?
Just to make a point, maybe you could have told us the food was ready. You didn't have to serve us. You're not a servant. You're the cook. We can serve ourselves, thank you very much.
Plus the fact
Use
that-
manners,
sorry.
and maybe in the future, you won't have such a bright nose. Thank you! And I go and I serve myself up, and I sit down and I eat. And I giggle every time I look at Clystron and his bright fucking nose.
Plus the fact that you're not aware others are working on something And you're telling us we're not aware?
Oh, I'm perfectly aware of what you all were doing.
Except for the spiders that we had to save you from.
Well,
They're huge spiders.
You know, you guys are talking about common decency and
yes,
stuff like
well,
that.
they were
but-
caught up in the wash. I was caught up in the wash. The tide was coming in, and it just... These things happen.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty normal to help someone who's about to die unless they're like a really, really, really bad person or something.
This is coming from the person who failed to alert me properly, might I add, that we had a stranger in the camp. So when it was my turn for watch, there was somebody new. And I had no idea.
I took precautions so that it's not my fault you didn't use your eyes.
Where was the note?
It was right by you.
Where?
On the ground.
Right.
By you. I put a rock there and everything. Should
Right.
be obvious.
Right. Except that
A paper
I'm not
on the
little
ground.
like you. I don't see closer to the ground. When I wake up and come to from my meditation, I look straight ahead of me to a stranger sleeping by the damn fire. And no one alerted me to anything. So yes, you failed at communicating to me properly by simply tapping, going tippy-tappy, hello, Kretz. There's a person in our camp. Please don't be alarmed when you come to. Thank you. You
That
could
was
have...
my mistake.
Apology accepted. Klystrom,
Yes?
He doesn't really owe anything though.
we saved him?
That's basic. That is common decency. You're just gonna watch an innocent man die?
Yes.
First of all, it's a stranger. It could have been anybody.
But that is so innocent person. Like, if you're that worried, you just tie them up and interrogate them or something.
And we
To
did
which
interrogate
you...
him.
I didn't... That's exactly what I did.
I think we should all eat and reevaluate the situation and maybe approach this in a calmer way.
I'm perfectly
The whole time
calm.
I'm just putting food in my mouth and just watching
Yeah,
it.
the brothers are done eating.
It's good food.
I'm glad you like it.
Herbs, you say?
Yes!
See, maybe you're just...
Are you going to let us know the next time food is actually ready?
Yes.
And I remove the light spell.
Spots in my vision.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy
Wouldn't it
pats
be
his
neat
shoulder.
if you tried to fall asleep with a bright nose? Imagine your eyelids being so bright you can't sleep. No.
Neat is not the word I'd use, but yes.
My imagination is limitless. Thank you for dinner. Cannot wait for breakfast. And I enjoy my stew.
He's sniffing my foot.
I probably would finish the soup quickly.
Okay.
Think I would Gideon would then thank Klystrom for dinner and start setting up her bedroll.
Okay. Alright, so
Timmy's has fed Sylvie some of the chunks of the stew.
food finished. Some of the pot is wiped out from any dregs of stew left in it, and Klystron sets out his bedroll, stokes the fire, and goes to sleep. It's a clear night. You are safe from the wash. And nothing happens this night. So, if you choose to take turns,
I'll take first watch.
yep. So, as you take watch, nothing happens. The night is quiet.
Who's taking second?
Who is taking second watch? So you pass out early. Sleep until Kretz wakes you.
And I relay. Nothing abnormal.
Right.
As night breaks into dawn, still nothing. You see nothing on the horizon. The sky is clear.
I'd probably be waking up as soon as
Dawn breaks?
arrives.
Yeah. Alright, so we will leave you with dawn breaking. Clystron wakes and pokes at the embers of the fire. If we want to get there quick, we may eat rations on the way? I mean, I can cook something, but what would you prefer?
Let's expedite this then.
All right. So, he rolls up his bedroll, cleans up camp, puts out the fire. He's very quickly ready to go. So, I think this is a lovely place to call it. You're a few miles away from the Blue Maw Cavern. It is
Blah.
just after dawn.
Blah.
Blah. And this is a lovely place to call it for the session. So, thank you to anyone who joined us. We appreciate you. And we will see you next time.